What's going on, guys? It's Tang, and we're back with a comic book vlog for the week of 8/5/2015. So we'll be talking about the comics that came out, the ones that were good, the bad, and the slightly disappointing if there was any. So we'll talk about the good stuff first, stuff that were quick reads, because it was just so engaging and you just wanted to know what was coming. Anyway, first up is Lady Mechanika, issue number 4, the original cover, and then the second cover. And this one starts off with Lady Mechanika and her friend, her small child friend, being stranded in the desert after they managed to take out a ship that was chasing them. So, being stuck in the desert, now they're having to walk to the Nile. And on their way, they meet some slavers, and who are hoping to sell them off as slaves, but Mechanika, being smart, tells them that she's a rich person, and the slavers go along with it. They also befriend a slave girl, and get all, try to be friendly with her. But at the end of the issue, these nomad-looking people attack the slavers' caravan, kill the slavers. The leader points her sword at Lady Mechanika, while a person far off watches from the distance. And I liked it. It's always good. Lady Mechanika is always good. The art is fantastic as always, and story is engaging. Nothing much else about it. Next up, Zombie Tramp versus Vamp-8 issue 2, along with its variant cover, risque a bit. This one, as usual, in every crossover, something happens. Vamp-8 and Jaina switch bodies. I believe his name's Jaina, or Janet, Janie, whatever. I'll remember next time when the actual main series comes out. They switch bodies, and Jaina is kind of having weird effects from being in Vamp-8's body, because she can sense a hunger with the vampires, and she's getting kind of loopy, and Vamp-8 has to knock her out. They kind of explain the situation, come to an understanding, and outside, unbeknownst to them, is a bunch of vampires waiting outside. And so they work together by sharing Vamp-8's powers, so both of them get a blade, and they take out the vampires pretty swiftly. But at the end, it seems like the vampire remains drained down a sewer, and they combine to form a really big vampire parasite looking thing. It looks phallic. I'm not whatever, but I really like the crossover so far. Overall, it's pretty good so far. Anyway, next up is Red Sonja and Conan. I was on the shelf on the bench about this, because I didn't know if I was gonna like it. I kind of like it. I like the Red Sonja part. I'm not a fan of Conan, having a little experience with the character, except with the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It starts off with some king having a war. His men are trying to fight it out with who will lead the army, and Sonja and Conan come and declare themselves as the captains of the armies together. And later at night, where they're drinking, before the battle and whatnot, Conan and Sonja are getting a little frisky with each other. But before they could actually get to it, the enemy leader sends some orc-looking guys to kill them, and they fail. So Sonja and Conan, now being battle-hungry, decide to go out and fight. Not too bad for the most part. Next up, Swords of Soros, Deja Doris, and Irene Adler. Deja meeting a Sherlock Holmes related character, I believe. Again, with the crossover, there's a fight between the two. They get to an understanding and resolve the problem, with the problem being a lion from Mars finding its way on Earth and killing people in the city of London. They do find it, and it actually had little lion cubs. And at the end, they go off on an adventure, which will probably be concluded in the ending of Swords of Sorrow, because in the main series, Deja Doris was missing. For now, my pick of the week will be Jirni by Aspen. It's number 1, volume 2. This one is about a purple lady by the name of Ara, I believe her name is. Yeah, Ara. She's hitching a ride on a merchant ship, and it's on its way to a big, and they're in the middle of a storm, and I'm first introduced to this character by her helping the crew deal with the storm, you know, and they're on their way to this big hulking rock tower looking thing, and on is a bunch of these alien looking creatures, but they're there to trade with it, like energy rocks, like rocks that serve as energy. We see that she's really strong, and she can pick up like these huge crates with like one arm, and as they're finishing loading up the cargo, the creatures attack them, and Ara is very capable of taking care of herself, managing to wound a few of them, but we see that one of the crew members had taken more than he should have with the energy rocks, and as punishment, the captain leaves that crew member with the creatures, and Ara, being deciding to give the man mercy, slits his throat, not wanting to give him a life of suffering, or a suffering end, as they say, because I'm assuming the creatures are gonna like tear him up and eat him. Yeah. And it was really good. The art is really, really good. I was kind of reminded of Michael Turner, except a little more flashy, a lot more sparkly, like Twilight. Next up is Sharzad number 5, and this is basically a remaster that the company is re-releasing the series. Hopefully they continue it, but basically Sharzad is stuck in the Colosseum that her captive has her in, and it starts raining, and the mermaids that I think that Sharzad met in the first issue now wants revenge on her captor, and with the rain, it floods the Colosseum, and the mermaids kill like everyone, including the captor. And at the end, we see that she's a mortal being, now residing in a spacecraft somewhere in outer space. It was kind of weird, but I kind of find it intriguing, so I really hope that maybe if Aspen has the inkling, they would release Volume 2, so I kind of want to know more. Next up, Robin Hood. New arc. There's a vlog on like a Facebook of somebody murdering people and posting it on the website, and Robin is intrigued and wanting to know more, you know, thinking that she should deal with it. She invites Helsing, somebody descended from Van Helsing anyway. Liesel Van Helsing, right, okay. So, how do you find, and they believe it's a vampire who's doing this. So how do you find a vampire? By looking for other vampires. Mainly a brothel full of vampires run by a succubus pimp. But they do find that somebody who survived the killing is being held at a police precinct, and they go there, but the vampires know that they're there, so they go and capture them and knock them out. And that's really the gist of that issue. So it's always good knowing that. Yeah, great, now I gotta wait a month for that. And okay, another one of the Grimm fairy tales is Realm Wars Age of Darkness, issue 11. Basically final battle. There's not really much to talk about. Basically the main group decides it's time to end this, so they have a ally who is associated with the enemy group, and they kind of pretend that he's captured them, but they're secretly gonna infiltrate the enemy base, and they're they're awaited. They know that they're coming, but the good guys know that they're coming, and they start fighting it out. But at the end, they show Robin is on, Robin's on the bad side. Now she's corrupted by evil. So I'm kind of wondering why she's on that side, because in her series she's a good guy. So what's going on? So I guess that's the problem when you join a series late in the game. Alright, what else I got? Amazing Spider-Man. This was actually pretty good. So, knowing this, whatever, big bad guy of this series wants Spidey's powers. And, Peter is, now donning the black suit, decides that he needs to find these inhibitor chips to stop, his daughters and his powers from showing up on the scanners. But as he's getting these chips, Doc Ock intercepts him, and Peter, not being the nice guy he is now, decides to tear off Doc Ock's limbs, and the Sinister Six, in a bit, they come on, they find the remains of Doc Ock, and figure out that he's probably doing this because there's something important that he wants. Like, they figure out that maybe he has a kid or something that he's trying to protect. So they set up a scan at the school that Spidey showed up. They managed to get through the scan, but this one family is discovered to have powers, and Peter decides to take on the Six when no one's looking. He dons the outfit and fights the Sinister Six, but the bad guy, Mysterio manages to figure out that Peter's SpiderMan, or that his family is there. And his family is there. God dang it. And some people managed to kidnap Anne and Mary Jane. So, yeah, that was pretty good. Not too bad. Hopefully we get to see more. And it looks like next issue, Anne Parker is gonna be doing some saving of her own. Or crime fighting her own. Okay, finally. Let's go Spider Island. So they infect what's his name? Venom, Agent Venom, infect Captain America with lycanthropism, injects the Hulk with lizard serum, and turn Miss Marvel into a vampire. So now they're on even grounds, kind of. At least they improved their numbers for victory, and infiltrate the Spider Queen's base. And on their way, they find that Spider-Man is still alive. And that's really it. Not really much to talk about. Oh, and they also got Iron Man. They infected him with the serum from the Green Goblin. So yeah, that was weird. It's pretty cool seeing this like alternate take of like apocalypse stuff. Not zombie stuff, but spider apocalypse. Not too bad. Finally, three more. Future Imperfect. The Maestro wants to take out Doom, so he wants to find a weapon that's Norse related or Thor related. And they do find the cave that houses the weapons, but there's a number of people, or a group of people, defending it. But in the end, they find some old guy. I find the story intriguing. I just don't exactly know names or anything, so I can't really talk about it much. So we'll leave it at that. Next up is Artemis 9. This takes place before issue 4, I believe, where Artemis in his city is dealing with an attempted assassination on him by one of his cyborgs, a female cyborg actually, who's trying to send him a message of that if he dies a number of times, he won't have enough bodies to go to, because they're cyborgs that inject their mind into these empty bodies and whatnot. They have like clones of their bodies. So Artemis, not wanting to do this, decides to try to find his would-be assassin by threatening his female cyborg slaves. And she does reveal herself and tells them off and stuff. And Artemis, and you would think he took this to heart, but he kills his would-be assassin. yeah. Anyway, last one is Mad Max. This one takes place before the movie, as usual. We see who the little girl that we see. We like in the movie, Max sees like an illusion of this little girl who we assume died because he was trying to protect her, and we see this little girl in the comics. The girl's mother tasked him to find this girl who was kidnapped by the buzzards, who also happened to take his car as well. And he goes down underground. He goes underground, not down under. Just make it simple. He goes underground, finds the girl and the car, but in the end, and he does manage to kill a number of them. But in the end, as he departs ways with the girl and mother, one of the surviving buzzards kills them, and Max kills the buzzard in retaliation, and showing the whole bad thing about the apocalypse, post-apocalyptic world. But so far, it was actually pretty decent. I'm not impressed by the art, but it gets its job done. And that's really all. Oh, wait, one more thing. Is Chaos Quarterly. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. Basically, it's just a bunch of one-shots about like Lady Demon, Evil Ernie, Cremator, who's Lady Death related, and some demon girls going to a party, but they get transported to a mafia party instead and cause some mayhem there. But overall, that was it. It was a good week, and not too many bad things, maybe except the Swords of Sorrow. That's been a pretty disappointing event, actually. But what can you do? Anyway, that's all I have to say on the matter. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like or subscribe or comment down below, or follow me on Twitter or Google+. Yeah, so yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya!